How do you guys handle tenant issues? Like, is that something that you've kind of come up against a lot? I know having someone like yourself sort of spearhead these projects should reduce the amount of issues like that because you have a lot more experience. But is that still something that kind of creeps up from time to time?
Yes, like it happens here and there. I think things happen in life to people, and tenants are people. And the way I see tenants is that there are customers. However, I can choose to who I would like to be in business with. That's the way it is. So when I do a unit, I take a lot of pride in how that unit looks, how it functions. Is it safe? Is it, comfortable? Is that's someplace that maybe I could call home. So we put a lot of effort into how that unit is going to turn out on the back end. But in dealing with problem tenants, of course, we've dealt with problem tenants in the past. Usually, what ends up happening is if we bought a property and we've adopted a tenant or something like that, or like for example, we bought an 8-unit apartment building with a partner, and we had bought it off of the seller who was in the process of evicting a tenant, and she already hadn't paid rent in 5 months, and we had got her we got the property in end of January. She just moved out 3 days ago.
Wow.
So she had over a year of non-payment of rent, and the LTB is so backlogged that there's very little that you can do. So, cash for sometimes people aren't motivated by that, or they just, can't find anything else. So this is the best they're going to get. But at the end of the day, it's a business. We have to find a way to deal with it. But once again, these are the costs associated with buying these larger scale buildings. So we kind of account for it and we budget accordingly to know that we're going to have to eat it a little bit when it comes to these kind of things. So nowadays, when it comes to us refilling these tenancies, we are very, very strict with who we allow to get in there. So, for example, everyone needs to have a credit check. Everyone needs to have proof of income. Everyone needs to fill out a full application that provides references of past landlords, work references, personal references. We do call every single one of them. We call their employer. We ask, how late are they typically when they come in for work, like those kind of things. So we do dive in very deep because it's a risk. Right now, Ontario is so pro tenant that it's become absurd. And I get that, there's the yin to the yang of like property values have become so absurd that it upsets the tenants. I appreciate all of that, and I think that that's something that we need to discuss. However, if someone's living in a property for free, I think that that's morally and ethically like terrible, and people should take responsibility for that. Now, we have had situations, for example, we have a property in Hamilton that the tenant all of a sudden stopped paying rent. And they were great for like 2 years. We got in touch with them, and since COVID, they obviously couldn't pay their bills, or they lost their jobs. So we work out a payment plan with them. And we try and figure out, okay, what can you pay? How much can you pay? We'll go easy. We're not going to bombard you with eviction notices because you're going on rough times. However, we need a bit of a plan of action so that we can work with you. And, you know, people are more than receptive to that. And so are we. At the end of the day, we we want our tenants to be very happy and very feel safe. So as long as they're willing to work with us, then why not, right?